day, another dollar to pay them bills. Step by
It's an interesting song for a campaign launch called Another Day, Another Dollar. Taxes and spending are big planks in James Frey's campaign platform.
Well, we've seen taxes double, triple in some cases. Businesses now are paying 3 times what the average property owner is paying.
a fireman saves a family from a bill.
While it's not a tax protest song per se, dollars and common sense are big issues for some voters in Lethbridge.
Taxes have risen 156% in the last 8 years.
City Hall watchdog group Citizens for Better Governance questions City Council's spending priorities.
A lot of the numbers are far too convenient, and when you really start to inspect what they're doing, they're grabbing onto the shiny new object, and they're not looking at what it's going to cost to carry that object for the next 10 or 20 years.
Lethbridge downtown parking starts at 5 cents rather than $5 like in Calgary.
The so-called mind-blowing advantages of life in Lethbridge are part of the latest economic development campaign. Mayor Bob Tarlick is front and center along with other local leaders proclaiming the benefits in the southern city of 86,000.
We are probably one of the few communities in Canada without any tax-supported debt. And we worked very hard to create a sense of community here.
Tarlick's 9 years as mayor is coming to an end. At 69, he won't seek re-election, telling critics he's leaving the city in strong financial shape.
I think regardless of who is the mayor, I think they'll be looking at increases in the neighborhood of 2% a year.
Taxes always come up.
Veteran City Hall reporter Brian Janot says civic spending and taxes will always be election fodder, but the mood overall in Alberta's 4th largest city is positive, except when it comes to civic investments, specifically $30 million in asset-backed commercial paper.
Maybe the council made a bad deal, but not only council made the bad deal, the city made a bad deal, and all the facts haven't come out from it. And I think that's the reason why some people are running.
Probably the most painful part of my 9 years in office.
Bob Tarlick says in the end, the city's real estate investment will cost taxpayers $5.7 million.
Someone suggested to me if we were going to risk gamble with the public money, why didn't we go to Vegas? We didn't think we were gambling, but obviously our investment policies weren't as conservative as we thought they were. We've since rectified that, and I've accepted responsibility for that.
The city violated their own investment policy by getting into it.
Frey is one of 6 candidates seeking the mayor's office. 30 people are running for 8 aldermanic seats, almost twice as many candidates as in the 2007 election. 2-term alderman Rako Dodick is also running for mayor. Dodick says there will always be those calling for lower taxes.
The bottom line is that we will always look at giving a serious look at reducing taxes if at all possible, or at least limiting their increase. But we also have to balance that with the need for providing the services and amenities that people want. Unfortunately, the campaign slogan, more services, less taxes, is easy to say, but very hard to bring to fruition. It's almost impossible. You just simply can't do it.
In Lethbridge, you can be home in 15 minutes or less.
So are the Chinook winds of change blowing through Lethbridge? The organizer of this event says it's a critical time for the economic health of the city.
So it will be really interesting to see if this council ends up being a very progressive council that says let's keep taking Lethbridge to new heights, or one that's going to say we need to contain and control what's happening here.
With files from Tony Seskis, Rick Donkers, CalgaryHerald.com, Lethbridge.